We say that Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is a celebration of Bahamian culture and heritage, while also kind of featuring what you have all come to love about Disney, right? So entertainment, food, relaxation, the amenities that you see here today. And in some instances, and this is really warmed my heart, is hearing some of the artists say, Disney also pushed us to think about new ways to work with our art. And I remember hearing that from Philip and Michelle Camp, who are local artists from Rocktown, and you will see their all work featured in these little picture boxes, as well as in the cabanas and other places around the destination. So it was really about allowing these Bahamian artists to breathe into the space in a way that inspired the design. In some instances, taking their work and exactly using it, in others, using it to inspire some of the things that you see around us.
And so what's it like to share the culture, but then also making sure, you have the Disney element that kind of welcomes us all and feels welcome?
I mean, first of all, as a Bahamian, it makes me quite proud, right? There are a lot of places that do Junkanoo rush hours. You can find it in most tourist areas, right? What is really unique about the way that Disney Entertainment approached this is, one, it was not just about the parade or the show itself, it was an opportunity to educate our guests about Bahamian culture and to bring them into the process of making a Junkanoo costume, right? It's a little headband, but a lot of people may look at the costume and not realize that that is cardboard, crepe paper, small elements put together through really the talent of these Junkanoo in laying those costumes out. So it's a tactile experience. It's an opportunity for guests to kind of be immersed in that, and it is led, I think, and this is really important, led by local Junkanoos for whom this is a passion, right? That makes me proud. And I think the other thing is, just a second ago, seeing Mickey and Minnie, the gang come out and dance to Junkanoo, it really felt like a perfect kind of intersection between the special storytelling that is Disney, but also the long-standing and really important tradition of Junkanoo. So some of my Bahamian colleagues were here crying. Theo Elliott, the designer of the overlays for the characters, got emotional. Our public affairs manager here in Eleuthera also got emotional. It is the care, I think, that Disney has taken with this cultural expression and the involvement and inclusion of Bahamians in its design, its creation, seeking advice from the National Junkanoo Committee, that makes it such a special moment for us.
The menu here is similar but different than those that would expect at Catholic. What's your approach?
So what we did, we know our guest favorites, what guests are really looking for on an island day, so we kept most of those, but like our true theming, where we're trying to really represent the heritage of the Bahamas and the theming, we tried to do the same with the menu. So we just infused a little bit more of a Bahamian feel. Our culinary team really worked with the Bahamian chefs we had, and just doing research, figuring out what would be popular for our guests, yet give a hint of more local flavors.
What's something that you learned about Bahamian cuisine as you were developing the menu?
I think it's very funny. A lot of cultures, the food is the same but different. So you have Louisiana jambalaya, then you have Spanish paella, and in the Bahamas you have similar rice bowls, just with slightly different ingredients. A lot of fish, of course, a lot of good salads with the pineapple. Pineapples are very famous here. So we just tried to infuse some of that into our meal.
And one of the things that is sort of a staple of both Catholic Cay and now Lookout Cay is that you still have the cruise line level of dining experience aboard, on the island. And
well, we try and think, we do think of the islands as an extension of the ship. And what we did here, because we have the opportunity to build brand new facilities, we try, every time we get something new, we want to elevate it a little bit. So here, compared to Castaway Cay, we have individual windows where you can get your meals. And also we have more crew serving the items. So probably half is served and half is self-service. So it's a little bit different. And of course, we're always trying to do something new and different. And, hopefully our guests will enjoy it.
Sure. My name is Andrew Pender. I'm chair of the National Junkanoo Committee of the Bahamas.
And I'm Kishlaine Smith. I'm deputy co-chair of the National Junkanoo Committee.
My name is TJ Tacarillo, and I'm the show director with Disney Live Entertainment.
I'm Victor Johnson, and I'm one of the music producers for Lookout Cay.
so, first thing, the way that Disney matches with the Bahamian culture is this makes this destination is so special. What's it like to see your culture be embraced by the Walt Disney Company and all the magic that's here?
Yeah.
Excellent
Excellent
question.
Excellent question.
I can tell you, all I can do is dance.
Yeah.
You see, man, all I can do is dance.
Yeah.
It's been, just phenomenal that, Disney at Lighthouse Cay, have listened. All right, so, they've listened. When we met, it's like 2.5 years ago that, a year and a half to 2 that we met with TJ and the team, and they consulted with us as to what is Junkanoo. What they wanted to know exactly what was Junkanoo, and of course it's our culture, and all of us. Now even TJ, he's Junkanoo. Because once you dwell into Junkanoo, we consider you a Junkanoo, and we were able to advise him as to what should be, part of the experience at Lookout Cay. So this is something that Kishnane is all excited about. I can let she can tell you all the ins and outs, but
I think the beauty of it is that Disney, as we all know, worldwide, Disney is a major conglomerate, and it is a Fortune 500 company. And so the thought of a Fortune 500 company investing in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, where our total country populace is about 500,000, is phenomenal. So when you look at the thought of Disney, understanding that, okay, we saw this point and we want to create it. We want to make something out of nothing. But what Disney did that's unique, apart from any other conglomerate that we are aware of in the Bahamas, is that they respected the culture of the Bahamas, number one. Number two, they listened to the islanders and to the government, and they made sure that they wanted to create the most authentic experience in the Bahamas. And in doing so, they merged their thoughts with ours, and we then compiled our ideas to create this magnificent Lookout Cay. Disney then created something different. The difference is they wanted to create a genre for the youth, for the adolescent, for the adults, and for the seniors. So on every spot on Lookout Cay, you will see something that's unique and indigenous to the Bahamas. And in doing that, they encapsulated all of this through Junkanoo and through music. Because when you listen, you hear that? Music, the music of the Bahamas, it will make you move. When you hear our Junkanoo beat, when you feel the pulsating passion, when you hear the excitement, you will move whomever you are. If you're sitting in a wheelchair, you're coming with a cane, you will be moving, because Junkanoo brings you that life, that passion, that excitement. And guess what else? It allows you, no matter which socioeconomic background you're from, no matter which country you're from, at the end of it, you will say, I am Junkanoo. This is my brother. He is Junkanoo.
He is Junkanoo.
And so is he. And so it allows you to feel that excitement. And you leave so happy and so joyful that you've been a part of Lookout Cay in Utah, and that you've come to the Bahamas, because here is the best place you're going to be.
And my favorite part about Junkanoo is that, like, when the drums start and people start dancing, it's almost like we all share one heartbeat.
Yes.
That's what Disney has helped us to
The pulsating
amplify.
passion.
That one heartbeat from the Bahamian people into everybody that comes, into you.
Yes.
When that Junkanoo starts and you see how people start to dance, and then just walking around the island, like you said, we're all Junkanoo. We share that one heartbeat, and we appreciate Disney for respecting the culture, like Kishnane said, and amplifying it.
And TJ, coming into this, I mean, obviously Imagineering always dives deep, whether it's New Orleans for Tiana's Bayou Adventure or the Atlantic Pacific and Epcot. What has learning about Junkanoo and the Bahamian culture brought to you personally as you continue your creative journey?
Sure, yeah. And, when we were doing a lot of our research for Disney Lookout Cay, it was the partnerships. How can we engage the Bahamian culture to help tell the story? We really wanted to shine that spotlight as we started learning about Junkanoo, or as we started learning about other types of art forms in the Bahamas. It really helped shape our programming, and we wanted to create different unique family experiences with Russia Junkanoo Celebration, which is very Junkanoo and it's very cultural. We also have in the Play Pavilion, we have the Disney Fun and Sun Beach Bash, which is games from Goofy, Pluto, Chip and Dale. But we also, how can we infuse that? That's what we brought Victor on. He could create the sound, give us that Bahamian influenced sound that we know for these songs that we love. So when every step of the way, we wanted to have these consultants with us, and we really wanted to make sure that we were bringing this Bahamian here on Lookout Cay.
And you know, and the transitions are you know, when you're coming off the ship and you have that, you know, nice walk as you have the weenie of the island there to look forward to, but you have the music there, including a new song that you know that has that Disney Sherman-esque catchiness to it, but also has that junkanoo culture flavor. So what's it like to you know, have a Disney song, Disney music under your belt? I mean, it's some of the most heard music in the world, right?
Crazy, mind blowing. Like I would say that I'm one of the youngest Bahamian producers to work along with Disney, and that has been. Thank you.
Yes.
It's something that I'm so proud of. I'm honored to be a part of. Because when TJ and the team had reached out to me and told me that they would want me to be a part of the project, I had no idea what they wanted from me, you know. And it's just through the Disney's their spirit that they operate in, which is very family oriented, and they were just like, you know, we want you to bring what you see as Bahamian culture to the music that is already great. So it was intimidating to try and remix already great music. You know what I mean? This is music that has been playing for years and years, and now I have the opportunity to come and bring what Bahamian culture is to some of that music, and hopefully now these versions of that music will be playing for years and years.
Yeah, we hope so.
What do you hope that they take away?
I can tell you something. I had an experience of my lifetime. Seeing the guests on this island today actually participating in the pacing of our culture, participating in our culture, right? There was a young girl sitting at the table, and I was trying to produce something, you know, just helping her, and I'm looking at her and I'm like, wow, she did a magnificent job of the junkanoo piece. That she's gonna take back. That's a piece of our culture that I know that they would have learned, you know, the craft, the pasting, and actually be able to adorn that, go in and participate in that parade. And they know that when they go now, they can look at junkanoo and see really the larger picture of it, and really enjoy and be really zone in to what it is that the Bahamas culture offers.
So I'm an assistant project manager with Walt Disney Imagineering. I've been on the project for over 4.5 years now, and my main goal every single day on this project was just to continue to drive it to completion through design, through construction, and now to welcome our guests. So celebrating Bahamian culture was at the forefront of importance for us throughout the entire design process, that and conservation. So those were our two key drivers to making sure this is an island environment that we want to work very proud of for our guests. So through the design, the highlighting of the artwork, there's aspects, every corner on this property that you'll see those two things being celebrated.
And you know, obviously, Imagineering, you guys do projects around the world, but a lot of your stuff is, you know, destinations you already have or you're building big. But here, you're kind of out on your own here, you're creating this little paradise.
Yeah.
And what was that like to just have your own little sort of fiefdom as you were developing without, you know, having a park or a existing resort as a foundation?
So it's super unique. For me, it was my first long project out of college. So it's a very unique one to start off with. It was amazing. I mean, you can't complain with this view coming to your project site every day. There's always challenges with building on an island logistically. It's not as easy as building in the States would be, but that just required an extra level of planning for our team, which I think we did very well. So everywhere you turn, there will be some sort of celebration of Bahamian artwork. One area that is very great for that is our cultural region, the Arcade Cultural Center and our Gushal Family Water Play. You'll see not only highlights of Bahamian artwork, but also little statues and vignettes of our flora and fauna and animals you may find around Aloof. Today has been a surreal experience to see guests coming off the pier, their happy faces. It really is just an incredible thing for me. I need to pinch myself.
So I'm the Disney Conservation Program Manager here at Disney Lookout Cay, and my role is, you know, the department I work with, we have this phrase, we say, our goal is to conserve and connect, right? So we want to maintain as much biodiversity as possible, and we've committed to not losing any species on this site, but that's not the end of the story, right? I mean, you think about how many people come through this site, we really have a great opportunity to tell people the story about biodiversity, tell people the story about what Bahamian wildlife is like. And so that's the other side of it, and that's part of the reason why we have this nature trail. I'm a part of a team, and the team is so phenomenal that we have an entomologist, we have multiple veterinarians, we have an ornithologist, we have people who specialize in turtles and coral, etc. And so we have a wealth of resources that can be applied to conservation all over the world, and particularly here in the Bahamas. In addition, Castaway Cay, our other location, has had a coral nursery since 2007. And we've been doing conservation work there since then, and so we could take some of that knowledge and input it here. The thing is, though, this is a different site. It's a different habitat, and so we needed to learn some new things, right? And so that's part of the reason why we do so much research of our own. I'm trying to build this knowledge base for us to use as we manage this site for the environment and for our guests. One number that I like to think about is that we relocated 800 coral. You know, so not coral, but coral colonies. You know, each coral is made of multiple polyps, but you have a piece of coral like this. And we focused on coral that was greater than 10 centimeters in diameter, and we relocated 800 of them from where our trestle pier would be into another area where they wouldn't be, you know, impacted by anything that we do. The other thing that we did was we created these limestone structures, these fish habitats, that are basically a jump-started coral reef, right? And so you've seen artificial reef balls, and they might be made of concrete, and that material is not necessarily conducive to immediate colonization by the coral or algae, etc. The chemistry of that material is not perfect for that. What is perfect for it is limestone. So this rock here is limestone, calcium carbonate. This over there is limestone. Those rocks over there are limestone. Coral is made of calcium carbonate as well, right? What we did was we took these rocks from our site. You know, as a part of construction, we had these materials around. We fashioned them into these structures that were about, you know, this tall. And at the end of the day, after we put the 4 of them together, they took about the area about this circle here, and we put them along that trestle pier, and they almost immediately began attracting biodiversity. And so, you know, that is one thing I'm really impressed by, the fact that we can innovate, we can generate new solutions, and hopefully we see that used elsewhere in the Bahamas.